Can you guess what this is? It's a new gun. What's going on, guys? I hope all y'all are doing great. So what video is out today? See by the title, we're going to be going over the Shadow Systems. This is the MR920 Elite. This is not a review. I will have a review coming up very shortly. This is just an overview of this pistol. Let's check it out. So we will just do a brief unboxing and then go over the key points to talk about on this certain pistol and what has changed and what it is. So some of you guys might not even heard of this company, and basically just talk about it a little bit. So it comes in a cardboard box. It's not a big deal. I mean, every packaging comes in some kind of box. So I open it up here. It comes in a small carry case. Small carry case. It's not a bad case. I mean, if you want to take like, to the range or stick in a bag, for one of my range bags, I could probably stick this in here or whatever, but most of my guns don't stay in case like this. But it was cool for Shadow Systems to include this. Let's break it down. So whenever you open it up, you can see there's a couple things in here, and then you have the pistol itself in this slot. So we'll talk about everything in here first and then get this out of the way. So up front, you got cable lock. You have some Loctite and mounts and screws for your optic. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. This comes with 2 extra back straps, and it's already installed on the pistol right now, a Magwell, and it comes with 2 Magpul P-Mags. And these are for the Glock 19 because it's pretty much a 19, except better and more Gucci'd out, upgraded. And then you have all of your paperwork here. Got a Shadow Systems sticker in here. This tells you basically how to mount your optics, the Magwell, and all the features on the MR920. And then last but not least, you have the firearm itself. So here it is, the Shadow Systems MR920 Elite. So this is it. So let's talk about what is the 920. Who is Shadow Systems? Why is this any better? Or why should I buy this over a Glock 19 and have it sent to get all this stuff done to it? Let's talk about it. So the Shadow Systems, for those of you not familiar with them, they are a little bit newer company. But for those of you who follow the War Poet, John Lovell, he just had a gun called the War Poet. It's from this same exact company, Shadow Systems. And basically, Shadow Systems went with everything themselves. They're not, like I know this and the OZ9 was kind of like head-to-head what I wanted to get. I'm still getting OZ9 to do a review on it for you guys that asked. So basically, Shadow Systems, they made the MR19 and 19 Elite. There is 2 different versions of this as well. Actually, they just made a 3rd version that was released last week, and it is the MR920 Combat. So I want the Elite model. Basically tell you why. And I already have a Glock 19, but this is not a Glock. Yes, it's just like a Glock 19. The exact same thing, except different everything. So let's get into it. Why did I pick this up? This is a gun that came out beginning of this year. The 920 did. The 19's been out for a little bit now. And some people I know, my cousin being one of them, some other buddies that have the 19, said it is one of their favorite handguns, and one of the flattest pistols they shoot. I'm thinking to myself, it's a Glock. That's the only thing I came out as a Glock. But when they released this, I was interested in it and started doing some more research on it and asked some people that have them, and they absolutely love theirs. So we'll talk about the pros, the cons. So I've not shot this yet, so a review will be coming soon. I like to do reviews when it has at least 1,000 rounds out of it. I know that's not the greatest review to do, but 1,000 is a good break-in period and kind of talk about what's good and what's not on a firearm. Price. These go, say, around $1,000. We're going to roughly say $1,000, more or less, depending on where you find them. Their website, I think they're around 1,000 to 1,100. They have different things you can do, but I went with the Elite. I found this a place in Charlotte, not even going to buy this at all. I went to get something completely different for a gift, nothing by myself. Looked at it, was walking away, saw this going to my eye, and saw the price tag. I got this for $7.99. Never seen this gun at $7.99, so I jumped on it immediately. So if you're interested, holler at me. Try to get back to you in the comments if you want to know where I got this or anything else. I ain't going to say it here on YouTube. Just message me and I might give you my email or something. So $7.99. Compared to a Glock 19, so we'll do an in-depth review, but compared to a Glock 19 right now, holding it, trigger, looks, obviously, everything, I'd spend, yes, $300 more to get this over my Gen 5 19. Those of you who have the 19 want to know what the differences is, we're going to run down that real quick. If you see me look down here and there, I did write down some of the differences because the 19 was such a great gun. People said that didn't really need much changes, but some customers said, hey, can you change this or can you change that? They listen to their customers, which I'm glad. I love companies that actually listen to customers instead of some other companies. Not going to say any names. Maybe later, another video. But they listen to their customers and change stuff. So let's go to the differences between this and the 918 Elite. First thing I noticed when I got this, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this? Is your finger placements. As you can see here, that lip, there's a lip on both sides. And what that is, what a couple of customers said, is for their finger placements. Yes, it's already got stippling here for texture and grip, but that allows your finger to kind of not slip as easier and has a little bit of rest. And that was the biggest thing is people's thumb placements. And those noticing maybe it's slipping. I mean, I know this is a great stipple job in texture. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But some people say their thumb was slipping down. So they made this lip now where it's got more of a placement and you can push into to be more accurate with your pistol. That was one thing they did. And this was probably the biggest thing I noticed was the trigger guard. The other one, some people having issues fitting Glock 19 holsters. This will fit all my 19 holsters I have. I've already tried it. They reduced this. This was sticking out a little bit more. So they reduced the trigger guard on that. And you can see that. The beaver tail, I don't know if you notice, is a little, if you look at, say, your Glock 19, the beaver tail is more extended and people were having problems for slide bites. And also what they did was they rounded out this right here for, some people say a little bit easier to print. That's not really an issue for me. That's not a big deal for me with the beaver tail. That's not an issue, so it don't really do much for me, the beaver tail. And let's talk about the slide release right here. The MR918 has one as well, but this is a little bit larger, this lip here, because some customers complaining when they shot that they were hitting this slide release, so it'll lock up. So they made a little bit more, so wherever your placement is here, your thumb, I don't have issues with that, so that's not really something big to me. So some customers think it was. That's fine. We all have personal preferences on that, so that's not really an issue to me. Another thing, we'll talk about that is something that was on there that I'm just now noticing. So a thinner slide profile, and the chamfer's up here. This is a thinner slide profile than the MR918. Something about to do with holsters, I think, and it's about basically your press checks or anything from the front, a little bit easier to do. Not really an issue to me. So there's that. And the last thing to talk about was, okay, that was the biggest thing. So should have saved that first. Like I said, I'm newer to the shadow systems. It's just something I've wanted. I've talked to people about that liked it. So the biggest difference for the MR920 over the 19 is the plates. The 918 would only accept an RMR or a Holosun red dot. I do not bash Holosun. I do not have any. I know everybody that has them loves them, but if I'm going to buy a red dot, I'm going to spend a little bit more to get, say, the Church Gun RMR, the Delta Point, or an SRO. That's just my personal preference. I'm OCD and anal about that stuff. Holosuns, yes, but I just like my Churchicons and the Delta Points. So they made that, and what they also did for the 19 is about the same. Other than that, is it fits better. They say this is one of the best modular optic mounts and strongest optic mounts in the industry. Review will test that out, so I'm not going to say yay or nay on that one. Full in-depth review will say is it or not, as I have multiple firearms or had certain different optics on them and plates, and I have had issues with some of my pistols and optics. Loctite makes that a little bit easier, but we will discuss that. And something else Shadow Systems put out there is this is the flattest shooting pistol in the industry. Definitely interested in trying that out to see how it shoots compared to all my other handguns. I mean, I've always liked Glock. I shoot stock Glocks all the time. I like anything Glock. SIGs, HKs, CZs, I like all that stuff. So, no issue. So they're saying this is the flattest shooting pistol in the industry. We'll see about that one. Like I said, I've not heard one bad review on a 918 or 920. So we will see about that when I'm ready to test this out. So let's go to the cons right now, and then I will go down everything on the gun, everything else. Right now, after having this for a couple weeks and messing with it and stuff, my biggest con right now, which really got to me, because that's what really sells me on a gun, is triggers. Now, after I was messing around with this trigger and dry fire and stuff, I went to what you guys are doing now, and I looked up a review on it. And everybody is saying around after 300 or 400 rounds, this trigger is amazing. Because right now, this trigger is stiff, and it's a long pull. It is very long. And people say after a couple hundred rounds, it loosens up. As you can see here, and you can hear, okay. So most people think that is what I thought was right at the wall. You can see here. Pull, 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 pull. I'm still pulling. I'm at the wall. I'm almost at the wall. That's a long ass pull. Like I said, when I was messing with this gun, I'm like, is it ever going to break? Like, is it ever going to fire? Reset, on the other hand, reset is decent. I do like the reset on this. You got a little bit of take, See, that's already the reset. Watch again with this pull. Still pulling, still pulling, still pulling, still pulling, still pulling. There's the wall right there. So that is a long and gritty pull right now. But hopefully after a couple hundred rounds, like everybody else, that'll change. Because triggers are a big deal to me. I like Gen 5 triggers and Glocks. I love them. I would never replace a Gen 5 trigger. It breaks in very easy, and it's already good out of the box to me. So trigger is aluminum, so you don't have that polymer trigger like on a regular Glock. I do like that, obviously. But just that long pull, hopefully, after a couple hundred rounds, like everybody else is saying, that will loosen up. Moving on down, that was literally the only con I have, guys. But talk about everything else. Already comes with a threaded barrel for whenever I get my cans thrown on there. Love that instead of spending more money on that. And this is a fluted barrel. Something that is nice, obviously, is all of your front serrations, rear serrations, and I love the window cuts they did on this. They didn't do nothing crazy. I'm not a fan of top window cuts, so I'm glad they did not add a top window cut. I do like the side window cuts for weight, but I don't like all that crazy stuff going on. This is not so much going on. So window cuts are good. Barrel, love they did that with the barrel. It does give it a better look. I do like all black, but I think this bronze look does kind of make the gun look how it is and looks good. And obviously the RMR plate. So I'm ready to get my RMR that I just ordered and put on this thing. I cannot wait. I was going to get SRO, but reached out to Shadow. They actually said the RMR works better for this. So we'll discuss that in the review, but RMR is coming. Already have the suppressor height sights, and these are the True Glows. So I love all my guns I get now will always have blacked out rears. I don't like any color on the back because it makes it a little bit easier for me to see that dot. So it's already got night sights on it, suppressor height sights. So I love how they did the blacked out rear. Some people hate them. I personally like them. Let's talk about the stipple. So they do have 2 extra back straps. I put on the other one, the larger one, and it was the thinner one too, the smaller one. I never changed back straps on any of my Glocks. So after messing with it, I went back to the original that came on. I have medium, smaller hands, and this just fits better in my hand. And I like the medium, so I didn't really mess with much of those. I have one more con, but it's not really that bad. It came, well, I said the Magwell. This Magwell is great. Makes it easier to insert a mag. The Gen 5s already have that kind of Magwell as it is without doing anything. But this Magwell is good, but I wish it was aluminum. It does add more weight, yes. I just wish my Magwells were aluminum. I like aluminum Magwells. I'm not a fan of polymer Magwells. We'll see how this holds up after I use and abuse this thing. I don't think I have any issues, but we will see. Last thing that glad they did. They included Magpul PMags. When these first came out, I know there was some issues with them. That has changed now. This is the only mag that I have shot and I have not had any malfunction besides factory Glock mags. I've used ETS and I've used a Min 1 or Min 2, a Min 2 mags. I've used those. This is the only one besides a factory Glock mag that I've not had an issue with. This will take your regular Glock mag still, so don't think you buy this and all those Glock mags you have. This works with ETS, this works with Glock mags, the Min mags, everything. But I'm glad they added the P mags from Magpul. I actually like these, and they are very reasonable price. So is the ETS and also the Min compared to the factory. But the P mags have always been good in my opinion, so I'm glad they added that for the 920 Elite. They also had that for the 918 as well. So guys, I just want to do basically an overview of this for anybody in the market for one, and we'll give my honest opinion here very shortly on this and is it worth it. Right now, after buying it, like I said, we all have personal preferences for what we want and our needs are. This I wanted. I don't care what the reviews were. I wanted to see for myself how it was, and I've not seen any bad reviews yet for this or the 918. So I'm ready to test this out the range, guys, give my honest input and opinion on this and see, is this the industry's most flattest shooting pistol? So guys, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you have any questions or anything, guys, leave them down in the comments. I get back to everybody. If you could like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to me already, and also hit that bell notification to be notified for when I upload videos I post every week. Also, guys, if you want to help support this channel just a little bit more, but you don't have to, I'll leave a link down to my Patreon account. That'll help me get more ammo, lighting, do reviews, all that stuff, because my videos are coming pretty frequently, and I got a lot planned for you. So, guys, I appreciate all that. And also, if you want to see some more cool stuff, I'll leave a link to my Instagram account down in the link below. I do respond a little bit quicker on Instagram than I do here on YouTube. But, guys, thanks again, and as always, have a good one.